Hey, it's Silver Creek Game Shop doing another random pack opening. We got some really sweet packs. We got a 6th edition tournament pack, which is kind of awesome. There's not a lot of crazy things, but the cards are amazing. We're going to roll a 20-sider to decide what we have. We have 18 packs, so we're just going to re-roll a 19 and 20. Starts at 1, goes from left to right each row. So, let's see what we get. 8, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Champions of Kamigawa.
Hopefully we can get something decent out of this pack.
So, Champions of Kamigawa is one of the coolest flavor sets of all time. Triple Champions is my favorite draft format because it's ridiculous. Keg of the Tide Star. So, people know this from Modern Masters because it's awesome, but it was just a rare before Mythics existed. Limited bomb. We got Blood Rights, which was reprinted in the Prosh Commander 2013 deck. And Squelch, which is hilariously undervalued because it just stops an activated ability but cantrips. The funny thing is, this was a set that came out after Mirrodin, so all of these vastly underpowered cards were terrible. However, within their sets, some of these cards were kind of insane. Like a 2-mana 1/2 Llanowar Elf was actually really good. Yamabushi's Flame is one of the best red cards in Kamigawa, and of course, Kaiga is busted in terms of Kamigawa power. Drafting wise, this was, like I said, Triple Champions is my favorite draft format. The archetypes that really like, you can get some good green archetypes. Red has a lot of cards that if people don't draft it often enough seem kind of weird, like the Battle Mad Ronin attacks each turn, but it has Bushido 2. So when it blocks or it becomes blocked, it gets +2/+2 until the end of the turn, which it's not a bad 2-drop, but it was very good in if you were able to get the mono red deck through what you had. The Blood Rights, people vastly undervalued burn in this set because compared to other sets, the removal and the actual just direct damage spells were much less powerful unless you had Glacial Rays. But in terms of actually playing, Keiga is one of the biggest bombs. I mean, it's still a bomb in Modern Masters, and that's a set with cards like Tarmogoyf and Grinning Ignis for Storm and whatnot, so that's obviously very well in contention, but Squelch isn't that great in Limited, and the only other blue card you have is Hisoka's Guard, which you can keep tapped if you want. You can pay 2 and tap it, and for as long as it's tapped, a creature you control other than this gets Shroud. It's not terrible, but it's definitely not something you want to move into just for Kaiga, and that's a signal someone will definitely pick up. Your big ones, Yamabushi's Flame. So, bread, right? Bombs removal, etc., etc. It's pretty good removal. The fact that it's 3 mana to dome them for 3/2 is very good. And for the one guy that ends up getting all the Zuberas, that deck kind of gets hosed by the Pillar of Flame effect that all of the Yamabushi cards have. And then, of course, Blood Rights is actually probably the pick. It's kind of a bomb. Red can go with any color in this set. Red-black's very common, red-white's not bad, even red-blue's not too bad. But the fact that you can just sack off creatures to get way worse in the late game, like a 2/1 Fear that can't block, or the guy that has to attack every turn, it gives your deck a lot more versatility and reach than it should. So that's basically how we look at the pack. Moth Rider Samurai was actually one of the best white commons. No Dachi, the equipment, just because equipment, if you don't want to move into red, if you want to try and hold out for some more green stuff, Nodachi is probably one of the best uncommons for limited, but that's essentially how I would break down this pack. As always, everything we open is available on SilverCreekGameShop.com, and come back soon. We'll post another video of us opening some other sweet packs.